The following has been brought to you by Y-Core, a civics affiliate of Wi-Fi Productions. Hello, everyone. It is I, Mr. Yurchek, and welcome to Yurchtube. How do you like my background? I am contacting you from the Matrix. Because if you think about it, I am on a screen, on another screen, being shown through your screen. So the question is, whose screen are you on? Yeah, I bet you didn't know we were going to talk about the dynamics of physics and artificial intelligence and other things that might explode your brain. Actually, no, I just wanted to test this out as my first video on here on Yurchtube. So, first of all, what I wanted to say is thank you for joining, and please like this page and subscribe to Yurchtube so that I can make some money for B for business. See, that's what a lot of influencers do on YouTube nowadays, anyways. Is if you wonder like how Logan Paul or his brother, his ridiculous brother Jake Paul, how they, guys like them and girls like them, how they make their money for themselves is they do be for business. I mean, they try to entertain you, and the more likes and posts that they get, then companies will start to reach out to them and say, "Hey, how would you like to sponsor us in one of your videos?" And they do it. They pay them. They say, "All right, here you go," and then they post it on their pages. So here's what I wanted to go over with you guys today. Is first of all, an Ed's beat. I know this has been kind of tough for a lot of you recently, and it's been tough for me too. Just with understanding what's going on. The iCivics game was a little confusing for a lot of you, but by the end of it, I think a lot of us got it figured out. What I want to do right now is, if you notice here, this is my own screen that you're looking at now. Is when you click on your civics page, uh, you are going to see. I always put the date, and today's April 2nd, and then I give you your instructions. So if you're behind or if you didn't do something that was due last week or yesterday or whatever, then you need to scroll down like this. Okay, here was yesterday's post. There's my video that I made. Here's the handout, the interest groups. Beyond that, here's earlier this week. So I think this is Tuesdays. Here's the video from PBS. And then you just got to scroll down, guys, if you are missing something and you need to read. I mean, a lot of you missed this. I mean, here was the passcode into iCivics right here, and to get in. And a lot of you kept asking me about it. You don't need to ask me, guys. You can figure it out on your own. And all you got to do is scroll down on our page, and you got it. Same thing with anything I've attached. If you look over here to the left, or I'm sorry, the right-hand side in our library, here is everything that I've ever uploaded and attached on Edsby. Here's the PowerPoint. Here's my other videos. And you guys can access them that way, okay? So hopefully that helps, and hopefully you can check that out. So while I'm sharing this with you here, I wanted to go over a couple of things. I was reading your bell work and all of your responses. And first of all, I loved all of your responses. You guys are doing a great job. You're also giving me a lot of answers that I didn't even think about myself or my own questions. A lot of you have figured out that the media is definitely B for bias, but it is, it's biased for its own reasons. Like I said in my video the other day, as a team member, you want to support your team and you want to go to the news that's going to talk about your team, or you're going to go to your news source that is going to talk smack about your opponents or about your competitors. Hopefully by now you've figured it out that out of our two main teams, they have their own news sources. and those are Fox News' CNN. Do you know who supports CNN? The Democrats. So if CNN is the Democrat team headquarters, I'm going to go there right now, and we're going to take a look at it together. And I guarantee you there's going to be something on there in some way, shape, or form that is probably talking smack on Trump. Let's take a look. As you can see, my computer is not as elite as some of yours. That's why I don't do Zoom meetings with you guys. It'll be too frustrated for us. All right, let's take a look here. The case for wearing masks strengthens. That's the biggest news story that's going on right here. Okay, all right. Okay, fact check. Here's Trump. Trump again misleads on ventilator shortages and timeline. See, that's not really talking smack on him, but it's for sure like showing that they don't support him either. Like he's misleading all of you. He's talking bad about this. He's talking bad about that. As you can see, that's like the second largest story here in this convoluted mess of headlines, as you can see. Dr. Anthony Fauci forced to beef up security as death threats increase. Well, you need to look a little bit into him. He is one of Trump's health advisors on the whole crisis. So CNN's sort of talking smack on him. But in order to get to the bottom of it, you need to click on that article. You need to take a closer look at it. So that's CNN. Now, shall we go to their opponents? And let's see what Fox has to say. Fox is not going to rip on Trump. Why would they? He is their captain. Their first headline: Cuomo gets a closer look. New York governor ascends amid coronavirus crisis, but critics highlight years of government waste. So Cuomo is the governor of New York. Fox News has him as their centerpiece story. Why? Well, let's see if you can figure it out. Okay, there's no one to go after for Fox because their captain is the president. So obviously they're not going to go after Obama. He's done. He's gone. Although I guarantee you there's something about Obama on here somewhere because Fox loves to rip on Obama still every now and then. No, Cuomo is the governor of New York. But what team is he on? He's on the Democrat side. If you've been following along with the news, Cuomo has been picking a fight with Trump over coronavirus support from the federal government. So there he is, front and center, and Fox News is going after him. So as a supporter of Fox News, you'd be like, yeah, go get him, go after him, whatever. Meanwhile, if you're a supporter of CNN, obviously you want them to go after, Trump because that's what you want to hear. It's just like any other sports fan. As a Pittsburgh Penguins fan, I'm going to go to my team's website and I don't want to hear about them getting beat up by the Detroit Red Wings, in the 2008 Stanley Cup final. Why would I want to hear that? I don't want to hear that. I want to hear about my team winning, which is why in Pittsburgh they are showing the 2009 Stanley Cup when they won, and it was epic. And as a fan, yeah, I want to hear about that, and I want to see it again. So, it's the same thing with political websites, guys. You want the news. You want to hear the news you want to hear. You don't want to hear bad stuff, and that's where you get the label of fake news. That's where you get the label of fake news. Fake news tends to be the news people don't want to hear. Fake news, and they label it as that. That's, if you think about it, that's what it really means. However, yeah, that's one definition. But you and I both learned how you could check the credibility of your sources. Is it really fake news? Is this just an ad? Is it an advertisement? or is it somebody who's just trying to get attention so that they can get their beat for business or get their views and their likes? I'm going to share with you another website that I think is pretty cool for you to check out on your own. It's called PolitiFact. PolitiFact.com is a affiliate of Tampa Bay Times. They are based here in Tampa Bay, and they are a fact-checking database. Their job is to literally go back and check on what certain people, leaders, politicians, people on the internet, as you can see here, it says bloggers, various people, have said. Facebook posts. There's Jeff Jackson. I don't know who he is. I don't know if she is either. But well, we got to click on it. We got to see who they are, and what they do is they rate it using their truthometer, which I think is kind of cool, kind of clever. Look, they've based this statement. Jeff Jackson says, North Carolina, hospital beds are typically 85% full across the state. And according to PolitiFact, this is half true. And then you click on it, and then you take a look at it. Our North Carolina hospital beds typically 85% full. So if your time is short, here's their bullet points. North Carolina, okay, he's a senator of North Carolina. He urged the public to limit trips to the hospital, tweeting North Carolina's hospital beds. And you got to read a little bit into it. I think it's a really cool website. Now, as you can imagine, who do you think they're going to fact check the most? Well, the President of the United States, of course. And you see here, they say pants on fire. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Stated on March 20th in a press conference. I didn't say that. Some of the medical equipment that governors are requesting, they don't actually need. Blah, blah, blah. So, of course, they're going to put the president in the spotlight. And it was the same thing with Obama as well. If you come over here to the menu, check it out. You could go to certain people. There's Trump. There's Joe Biden. There's Bernie. There's Elizabeth Warren. There was all the former Democrat competitors. You could click on any of them, and you could see how the truthometer lines up with them. Look at this one. This is new. I actually haven't seen this. The media itself. Look, they fact check the media. There's Tucker Carlson, Sean Hannity, Rachel Maddow, Rush Limbaugh. Oh man. So these are all personalities on they're hosts of TV shows and radio shows. Most of them appear to be Republican speakers. Rachel Maddow's Democrat, but that's kind of cool. You could check out those ones there. And then, in case you're thinking that it picks on just Trump, once again, he's the president, so they're going to go after the president. But check it out. If you look over here to the right, they have the Obama meter. There's the Trump-o-meter for Trump, and then here's the Obama meter here. So they still have Barack Obama's ratings on here too. So sorry, my computer is not so uber elite, so it's going to take forever and ever to get to it. But you can track Obama's facts, as you can see. Here's when he was president, and his scorecard. How much was his promises kept? 48%. How much did he compromise on? Blah blah blah. You can look at that. So yeah, you can check out Obama's old stuff here. For all of you that want to hate on Obama and go after him, that's the point. Is PolitiFact is an unbiased fact-checking website, and that's what I like about them. They go after everybody, and if you really want to, you could dig up anything on any past people. So check that out on your own time. PolitiFact, it's pretty cool. And in the meantime, check out who you're going after for your news. Okay, I'm going to share one more thing with you for this video, and I just wanted to clarify a couple of things if you're still with me. And if you haven't, clicked on a new window and already started to wander around because I'm losing your attention, which hopefully I have not. So hopefully you have been following along with our readings. Here is your handout for interest groups. And basically what I'm doing is for your bell work and for your PowerPoints. And I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload things to this from now on. A lot of you were having issues with the PowerPoint, so I'm just going to do this from now on. As I follow along with this from top to bottom, guys, I'll start from the top and I'll work my way through, just like we do in class if we're reading this aloud together. And I'm just going to go through it top to bottom. Here's the role of media. My PowerPoint went right along with this. So for those of you that kept asking me or were confused on what does B stand for, well, if you read this, then you would have known that answer. So that's why I reached out to a few of you and I said, you need to go back and you need to look at this. My PowerPoints went right along with this. So you could put them side by side, just like I do in class. You know, I go from front to back, top to bottom with everything that I give to you guys. So anyways, we started talking about interest groups. Your bell work today was define what an interest group is. Well, the answer is in the name. It's a group of people who are interested in a specific topic. And there are different types of interest groups. I asked you to take a look at two of them, the AARP and the NRA. So I'm going to let you go take a look at those on your own. And interest groups have a lot to do with public policy, the stand the government takes about a problem or an idea for improvement. So that comes from us, the people, like what we think need to be improved or what we think needs to be protected. And as you can imagine, there are a lot of things out there that the people feel that need to be protected, whether it's retirement benefits, that's the AARP, or you guessed it, our guns and the NRA, National Rifle Association. Got to protect our guns, man. So they're pretty big. They're a pretty big group. So after you finish watching this video, I want you to go ahead and start exploring interest groups on your own and looking up for yourselves. There are so many out there. There's just so many. And I mean, for me, what I did for you guys is get out of here. But is I, you know, type this up and so many of them pop up here. There's the AARP. Boy Scouts just went bankrupt. I don't know if any of you caught that. There's MAD, MADD. You can check that one out on your own. The ACLU, I'm sure we've talked about that one. At least I have with a few of you. So there's so many out there. So check them out. Look at them on your own. Please, please, please read everything on your own, guys, and make sure that you are keeping up with everything. Okay, this conclusion is really odd because now my background changed and now I am back with you. You can no longer not see me anymore. So I'm going to stop now. Okay.